Hey, good evening. It's December 15th, Wednesday evening. Thanks so much for being here tonight. We're going to continue talking about adornment because it is such a crucial idea. But don't get the wrong idea. Adornment is not something that's easy path. It's a path that is fraught with treacherous elements, both left and right. It can be easily misunderstood. But what you're doing is you're reflecting God's mercy to us. God is gracious. He cares for us. In Proverbs 3, Solomon urges us in wisdom not to despise the Lord's discipline, because he disciplines those whom he loves as a father, the son he delights in. So that becomes a model for us. If we want to be consistent with our discipline, that is consistent with the way God disciplines us and God's model, then we need to delight in our children. I'm talking particularly about parenting this evening. We need to delight in them because God disciplines us. He says, my discipline of you is like a father who delights in his child. And as you recall, both this morning and last night, we talked about this discipline in adornment in such a way that your children can wear the teachings that you give them as a banner of victory, as a sign of hope, as a sign that they're cared for and loved and nourished. They can display the goal that Proverbs is telling us, the goal that David is telling us, is to present your discipline in such a way that it can be worn, embraced as fine jewelry, so that your children are thrilled and proud to display this discipline, this great gift they've been given, this adornment that's been placed upon them. Most people don't get that. They think the adornment is being too soft. But let's look at the example that we have in Luke's gospel, where Jesus is showing the Pharisees and the teachers of the law their own failings and their misunderstanding of the law and their misunderstanding of God's care. So he uses the parable of the prodigal son. This son who has disrespected his father, done everything to tarnish his name, when he returns, the father greets him with open arms. Well, it's easy to say, well, yeah, the father knew that the son was going to repent, things go back. And when the father first saw the son, he didn't know anything about him except that he was returning. And he was thrilled. And he ran, even unceremoniously. He ran, girded up his robe, as it were, and ran to embrace his son before the son had a chance to say a word to him. So he didn't know what the kid was going to say. He just knew he was thrilled to see his son. He delighted in him. So that part of the story sounds really good, right? We're excited about that. But as the elder brother shows us, and as Jesus was pointing out the problems with the Pharisees who based their discipline and standing on rules and regulations and keeping things in the right order and not embarrassing anyone. If you choose this path of adornment, you're going to get some criticism. Just as the Pharisees were criticizing Jesus. These kinds of parables, these stories that Jesus told, you know the impact that it had on the Pharisees? It made them want to kill him. And that's part of that crescendo of anger that's happening in Luke chapters 9 to 19, when Jesus is traveling from Galilee down to Jerusalem where he will be killed. Adornment is not being soft on sin. Adornment means you understand how severe sin is and that only Jesus Christ can cure it. My discipline won't cure it. My demands won't cure it. My punishment won't cure it. My rules won't cure it. Only the grace of God can reach the depth of our sin. So our discipline must be framed as we're delighting. We're still going to discipline. We're still going to call our children back to life. But it's going to be through this process of adornment. And it's radically different than anything the world has to offer. Adornment. Yes, like this thumbnail shows, there'll be creatures out there waiting to get you. But God's called us to something different, something special. It's a treacherous path, but it's the beautiful path of adornment. Think about this night. Thanks so much for being here. Check us out, everydaytalk247.com. If you haven't subscribed, turn on post notifications. Videos will come right to you. Thank you so much for being here. Love your comments. And Lord willing, we'll see you in the morning. You have a great night. Bye-bye.